welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nika. Sorry I sound really congested right now. I don't know why the congestion's coming back at this moment, but we're gonna have to deal with it. But I finally decided, hey, maybe I should do that Polska video I spoke about in my last video. So maybe I'll make a polling video. So hopefully this comes out in a timely manner, and if not, then I, apologize. It's currently been a month since that video, so we'll see how long it is when I actually post this. But anyways, figured I should finally, get started with the Polska video because it started all the way back in May. May 9th is the day. Technically, we could say it all began, but technically it's May 10th, but we're gonna go start from May 9th because that's where I want to start. So, yeah. A couple days after I finished school on Monday, this was on Thursday, and we pretty much just had to finish up packing, me and Tata. We had to bring all the stuff that we were bringing for my family in Polska. I kind of let Tata do that, and I was like, I already packed, because I was like, oh, we'll just do it later, because like it was stuff in the freezer, so I mean, like, it's not gonna be good if I put it in the suitcase and then, oh no, it waits there for like 20 hours and then they finally open it and it's terrible. So decided to wait on that. Also because my boyfriend decided to come over before I left, so I was like, yay, my boyfriend. I don't know if he had to school that day or the day before. I can't really remember at this point, but he came over, we went for dinner, it was great. I liked it a lot. But because I did that, then Tata was in charge of packing all of the stuff that we had to bring for everyone, and then I was just supposed to check when we were back in the house. So I was like, oh, did you pack everything? He's like, yeah. And then, me, silly, I didn't check if we packed it. So we go to the airport, we go on our plane. 9 hours later, we are in Polska. So that now we're at May 10th in Polska. We're unpacking the suitcase when we get there, and Mama's like, where is the stuff that you were supposed to bring for everyone? And I'm like, it's not there? And she's like, no, it's not there. So me and Tata forgot to bring like the big things for everyone that they wanted. It's pretty much just what they wanted. It was like waffles, cream cheese. It was more just like food, I think. I don't really know what else we forgot. I only remember those two things. So yeah, that was pretty bad, but it's okay. They got it later on. When we went the second time, we didn't forget twice. So it's okay, I guess. Day one was pretty much just like semi-unpacking our things and also just kind of chillaxing. Because now we're going on to day two. Day two started out like I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to wake up early because it's my cousin's communion. But I ended up waking at 6 a.m. anyways, so it didn't matter what time I woke up at because the communion was, I want to say at 9, if I'm not mistaken. But we started getting ready at 8 because there's like 5 of us in my grandma's apartment. So 5 people getting ready, it's gonna be a lot for one bathroom. So everyone woke up at different times. I woke up at 6 in the morning because, I don't know, jet lag really whooped me then. But the communion itself was very interesting because typically it's like one CCD school, I guess that's what you could call it, for one communion ceremony. But this one had 3. So it was packed. It was a very packed church. And when I go in there, it's supposed to be the people who are having communion to go first, and then, like, the immediate family, like, whatever, their parents or whoever is, like, gonna be their guardian for this. And then it's supposed to be all the rest of the guests. But some people are stupid, and they decided, oh, I want to go first. So they sat in the church before the people who are gonna take communion even went in there. So it was packed by the time we went in there. So we had to stand the whole ceremony because there's not enough seats. Some people are silly. Communion itself wasn't bad. My feet were, not the best because I wore heels and I'm not a heels girl. Went to the reception afterward where I got to change my shoes. It was a very nice place. It was like this little venue by the water, so we got to take nice pictures by the water. And then it was one long table. It kind of felt like the Last Supper with all of the people from both sides of the family and all the guests at this singular table. I thought it was, I don't know why, I always assume everything's gonna be like it is in America where it's like 5 different tables everywhere. It would have been the same in the end, but I don't know. I walked in there and I was like, oh, a long table. But it was nice. Ate up some food there and got to talk to everyone. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Then we go on to day 3. Day 3 was going to what is known as the Jauka, but I don't exactly know how to explain Jauka. It's like kind of, you go in and there's different like plots of land that each person owns, and I think of it as like a backyard. It's kind of built like a backyard. It's like a rectangle-ish area where you can have like a little house in there. House more like a shed, but in technicality it's a house. You could have gardens. You can have pretty much whatever you want that fits that plot of land. So Babchan Jadek's Jauka has a little house. They have a greenhouse. They have flowers in the front. It's very nice. It's very cute. So that was where we pretty much spent the 3rd day. I got to go and take a nap. That was such a great nap because I don't know why the entirety of the first trip in Poland I did not sleep well. I kept waking up really early. No matter what time I went to bed, if I went to bed early or if I went to bed late, I still woke up early. So I was a bit grogged out, so I decided that, sleeping for an hour would benefit me, and it benefited me so well. It was such a good nap. I felt so refreshed. After that, I didn't really do a whole lot. I just read my book, the Britney Spears memoir. That was pretty good. And, I was just chilling. My cousins ended up coming later on in the day, so I got to play with them a little bit. And then after that was back to Babchan Jadek's house, and then chilling there and sleeping. But one of the big things, like, pretty much in this trip, there was the Northern Lights happening in America and also apparently Europe, but we didn't get to see it. But then some parts of Poland did get to see it, and I was like, no, the Northern Lights. I tried so hard multiple days to go and see these Northern Lights, and I literally couldn't see them. I was like, no. But apparently people in my part of, where I live here also couldn't see it. So I want to say I didn't miss anything, I think. But after all of that, we go on to day 4. So day 4 was going to Stare Miasto, which means Old Town in Polish. And it's something I do every time I go to Poland. We get to go on the metro when we go to Stare Miasto because we use a lot of public transport more in Poland. So going on the metro is always fun. It's like the subway. It's a metro and then it's a tram. And I don't know, I think it's so cool. I love going on public transport there. I like it better than America. But I got to walk around, take some cute pictures. And I don't know, just kind of like enjoy it. I got my souvenirs when I was there. I don't know if I got myself something when I was there. I got something the second time I went, but not the first time, I'm pretty sure. Unless I got like a little shot glass to add to my collection, because I like collecting different shot glasses from different places. I don't know, it's a little hobby of mine. Because also part of Stare Miasto, there's Pałac Kultury, which it's not exactly part of it. It's on the way to Stare Miasto, depending on where you get off on the metro. But we got to go see that too. It's this old little like clock tower type building. We don't go inside of it, but it's good to take pictures outside of it. And then in Stare Miasto, then I just kind of like the vibe of it because I don't know. I like seeing older architecture, even though it's not technically like super duper old. It's probably more like 50s, 60s, because Poland got leveled during World War II, so that part of Poland, then there's not really much there until like later on. There are parts of Poland that are very old, which I will talk about later because I saw some of it. But yeah, Stare Miasto was pretty cool. There was one more thing from Stare Miasto that I forgot. There are these things, I don't really know exactly what they're called because it's not bread. It's a cylinder, but take out the inside of the cylinder. And I think it's bread type thing. I don't know. And it's covered in sugar, and then the inside you could have whatever you want. I wanted Nutella, but Mama told me no. She told me it'd be too sweet, and she was right. But it was very good. It was like crispy. It's not bread, but it's something like that. But I can't remember the name, but it was pretty good. And that was at Stare Miasto, because Stare Miasto has a lot of restaurants and then also just random like food places. Like they have ice cream that is like the swirly one, which I feel like in America it's not as popular, but it's very popular in Poland to have that kind of ice cream. Like they have that one more often than like scoops of ice cream. So it's always good to see that kind of stuff. But anyways, that pretty much ends out day 4, and now we're going to be on day 5. We got to see Tata's side of the family, which I don't know if I've ever really seen them before, at least not to my recollection. Might be wrong. He lives in a very different part, because Mama lived in Warszawa, which was the capital. I think they lived either in Łódź or near Łódź in Polska, which is more of a like farmland area, which was a different vibe than what I was used to. It was nice seeing like that side of Poland, because I don't know if I've ever really traveled there before. But Tata decided he was gonna see his family, because I mean, like, he should. So I got to meet everyone that was there. But I do feel bad for how I acted, because it was obvious that I was kind of bored, but also I wasn't really talking a whole lot, because I don't really know what to talk to everyone about. That was a problem. I do know how to speak Polish, but I just didn't know what the vibe was there. Also, I can't go on my phone, so it's not even like I could have done that, because there was no reception at all, because I can't use my data, even though somehow I did end up using my data, so God knows. But it was a very interesting trip, getting to see everyone and getting to see what Tata grew up in. But after we went to Tata's side of the family, then we had to drive back. It was 3 hours. I came back to Babcia's house, and then we had these, like, I don't know what, there's a lot of kebab places in Polska, but Polska is not known for kebabs, but I had this chicken. It was like, it's similar to chicken you get from like Chinese food. It's not General Tso chicken, but it's like chicken without sauce. And I was eating it, and I was like, damn, I'm so happy, because like I don't think I ate much during that entire day. So I was like, yes, food. So I ate up that, and then my aunt calls my mom, and she's like, oh, does Veronica want to go to the fair with her cousins? And then I was like, I don't know, because I just came back, and Mom was like, yeah, just go. So I went to the fair. It was a lot of fun, I'm happy that I ended up going. We got to go on a couple rides, and yeah, I got to go on bumper cars. I got to go on like ones that go like up and down, and like spinning rides. So I liked it. And then after that, I was able to get ice cream. So pretty good adventure for me. But that closes out day 5. Now we're on to day 6. And in day 6, I got to go on one of the cool trains. I am such a train enjoyer. They're so fun, and I love European trains because they're so much better than American trains, because you go and you have nice chairs, and each chair has a outlet, and then you get to go and you have nice seats, and you have a place to put your stuff up there. And it's like a room. It's like if it's 6 people and the door closes, you can put the AC on. It's great. It's great. So I went on the train to go to Wrocław, which, as I was saying before, there are some towns in Poland that actually did survive World War II, that have old architecture, old buildings, old stuff like that. So Wrocław used to be a German town, and now it's, not a German town. Germany gave it back to us. It has so much old history in the buildings and everything. They have a church that I think was built in like 100 something. Like, it's old. I think it's so cool. I don't know why. I just really like old architecture. I'm not even into architecture that much. I just think buildings are cool. So we got to go to Wrocław, and one of the main things in Wrocław is they have these little metal gnomes all around the town. So there's like a firefighter gnome, there's an accountant gnome, there's one on the computer, there's one playing on the casino. So there's all these different types of gnomes, and you go and you have a little booklet to go and find them. So of course, made it my mission to go find these gnomes. And so that's exactly what I did. Towards the beginning, then I wasn't exactly sure what to do, but as I went along, then I was able to kind of get a grasp on it. So oh my god, I was going crazy. I went and I was like, bam, 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 bam. And every time you see a gnome, then you have to rub the little nose for good luck. So I did that to every single gnome. I made sure I wanted that good luck. And I also bought myself a little gnome. I like them. I don't know how good you could see them, but they're both married. So like me and Nicholas. But I don't know, the gnomes was pretty fun. I did get a little tired towards the end of the day because I just kind of wanted to like sit down and go to our apartment. But the apartment was really interesting because I don't know what they have done in the bathroom, like what pipes or whatever, because I think one of the pipes might have been exposed. I'm not really sure about that. But you go into the bathroom, it reeked. It smelled so bad. I was like, who demolished this bathroom? It didn't even matter. Like, if someone went and just went into the bathroom and didn't even do anything, it still reeked when they came out. I was like, oh my lord. Like, towards the end of the trip, it ended up getting better, but I was like, damn, why is it so bad? But I decided I was not sleeping outside because there was one bed where you can sleep that's like not technically a room. It just has like these little glass walls. It's more just for looking nice. And then there were 2 actual rooms, and I was like, I'm getting the room. So I got the room. I got to sleep on a nice bed, and I enjoyed that bed so much. I was like, thank God I don't have to smell the dookie air outside. But the whole town, it's so beautiful. I like seeing different places. That's probably one thing. And then also just seeing different types of building and all the colors. I love colors. So, I don't know. Wrocław is really nice. That ends out day 6. And then on to day 7. On day 7, we are still in Wrocław. We stayed for the night. And we went on a little boat ride. But at the boat ride, we're getting there. We're a little late, but we're like, maybe we could catch one. And we go to the guy, and we're like, oh, are you gonna be here in like 10 minutes still? Because like we just have to go and get some stuff. And he's like, yeah, don't worry, I'll be here. Went on the boat ride. The boat ride was also very, very pretty. It was another way of seeing the town from a different angle, the water, and also just being on boats is fun. After the boat ride, then we still had all of our stuff because we had to get out of the apartment early. Then we, went to go find more gnomes, and I went and I saw the second love of my life. When I was like 5 years old, then I went to Zakopane and I saw this guy with a puppet that played the piano, and I was mesmerized. I was in love with this puppet. Every time there was a picture taken of me on that trip, it was pretty much just the puppet. And I'm walking the streets of Wrocław, and what do I see? I see a puppet playing the violin. Like, I was so mesmerized. Like, I don't think you understand. I did not see this puppet for years. And I saw one playing the violin. I was like, oh my lord, it's my time. I'm in shock. It was so good. He was playing, I think he was the theme in Howl's Moving Castle, except someone wanted to interrupt in my video, but that's okay. It was so cool. So after that, we ended up going on the train, going back home. I think I ended up staying at my aunt's place for the night because I keep having pictures of their dog. That ends up day 7. Now we are on to day 8. On day 8, I was able to do something that I didn't think I'd be able to do. I saw one of my friends that I had known since kindergarten, and I have not seen her since 8th grade. It's a little past 8th grade for me. So I went and I was messaging her. I was like, hey, like, do you want to come up to Warszawa? And she was like, yes. So I finally got to see her after 6 years of not seeing her. And it was pretty interesting. Of course, like, people change, but it also felt like just kind of normal being around her. I saw her and her friend, and we got to go walk around the mall, I guess we could call it, and then we also went to the Kopernik Science Center, and that was a new experience for me. I've never been there before, so it was nice being able to see all, like, the stuff there. I had a great time. It was nice doing something that just, like, I planned. I don't know, I usually don't plan stuff when I'm in Poland, so this was new for me. Also, taking public transport without, like, anyone in my family was also new because we didn't end up on the right stop when we went. But that's okay because we ended up going to this restaurant that my friend really likes because apparently it's a big thing there. Pashibus, I think that's what it's called. I call it bootleg Shake Shack, but with burgers. Because the inside is kind of built like a Shake Shack, but with 2 floors because you could sit on the 2nd floor. But I had a lot of fun. It was nice being able to see her for a day and just, like, I don't know, reconnecting a little and doing something new. So I took a lot of pictures when we were there, at the science center or just inside the mall, and also next to Wisła, which is one of the rivers in Polska that crosses through Warszawa. So we just got to chill. It was nice. So all of that ends up in day 8. Now we are on to day 9, which was my cousin's birthday. I think this was a week-ish before her birthday because her birthday was going to be after we left already. It was nice being able to, like, whatever, hang out still with everyone, even though technically I've seen that whole side of my family, like, pretty much every other day, but still, I like spending time with them. Got to go on the swings with my other cousin, because they have a whole swing set there. We got to play games. I think that might have been the day that we would play Steal the Bacon, some version of that, where it's like you have to capture the flag, that's what it's called, not Steal the Bacon, which I was not good at in the end because I was up against my sister's boyfriend, who is over 6 foot and broken run. I'll give him that, broken run. So yeah, if I'm up against him, I'm kind of screwed. Especially also when he was guarding, I was like, I might as well take the loss. But still, it was very fun being able to play with everyone. Actually, bro was gone by then. Bro was not playing Steal Bacon. I just realized I put memories from, like, the first day into, like, into the last. We didn't play Steal the Bacon. Whoopsies. My bad. Yeah, they were gone by then, but we did something. We played other games. I got to play the Switch with my cousins, so I got them into liking that. They really like Mario Party. That's currently the fave. Playing Mario Party is fun with them. It's good being able to connect on something I also really enjoy, and just kind of being able to bring it to them. I don't know. It's just fun. That being said, the birthday and, like, playing games or whatever, not capture the flag, but probably the Switch, that all ends out day 9. Now it's time for day 10. In day 10, it was also another day at the Działka where it was just, like, chillaxing, being able to just sit around, chat it up with Babcia and Jadek. My cousins, I think, ended up coming in. I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of relying on pictures for my memory, and I only took 1 picture that day. So they were probably there, so we probably went, played whatever games they like. They have a game called Virus, which was, like, a card game. we might have played some of that. Other than that, I don't entirely really know what we did that day. All of the days started to like blend together. I mean, I messed up playing a game with people that weren't even there at that point because my sister ended up leaving on Sunday because she came a week before I did, so makes sense that she left early. After that, we are on to day 11. Yeah, I don't really know how to put that. But on day 11, it was the last official day in Poland, so everyone went to Babcia's house, and we all had a little dinner, and just everyone got to chill at Babcia's house. That's where I really played the Switch with my cousins, because, I don't know, like, before that, we didn't really play the Switch that much. We played Mario Party once, maybe, and then we played Switch Sports, but this is where I really got them into it, because I was able to do Partner Party with one of my cousins, and then we got to pick up my other cousin from dance, and we played, like, the full Mario Party, like 3 people and then 1 computer, each person against each other, so they really got to see it then. And then my cousin was like, oh, just bring in the Mario Party when you come back next time, and I was like, I will, don't worry, because they have a PlayStation, but they don't have a Switch, so this was new games for them. They don't really have like Mario games besides like on the Wii, so they got to play something new. I don't know what Wii games are left there, but something's left there. I think it was a nice way to end out the trip, just kind of, being able to have time to hang out with my cousins and also hang out with everyone kind of all simultaneously because everyone was there. So I would go into one room to hang out with my cousins, go into the other room to hang out with everyone else. So it was nice. That ends out day 11, and now we're on to day 12. Where day 12 was pretty much just pack our stuff in because we had like 3 suitcases and we were like, let's put the little one into the big one, and we did that and it worked. But then when we ended up going to get our bags checked, then we got this kind of mean guy, and he was mad because we got told to go into a different line, and he's like, oh, why are you guys here? Like, you should have went to the other one because I'm going on my break soon. And we're like, but they literally told us to come here, so I don't know what you're on about, bro. And he's checking the suitcases, and then he's like, oh, this one's overweight by like a pound. And then we're like, yeah, but we don't have a carry-on, so like it kind of evens out in the end. And the other 2, I think, were underweight. And he was like, no, like it next time it shouldn't be overweight. And then they're like, okay. And then he was mad at my mom because Mama was the one that said, like, we have our carry-on was literally inside the other suitcase, because we were like, oh, we don't really have a lot of things we're bringing back, so let's just put one suitcase inside the other. And she was like, I could take it out if you want, like, if it's really that much of a problem, I could do that. And he said no, but then he checked only her backpack for weight and then said it had to go under the seat. And then we walked away, and Mom was like, screw this. And she took the paper off because, like, I don't know. I thought that was really silly because I know the upper compartments are for people with actual, like, carry-on suitcases. But the thing is, people kind of just put their backpacks up there anyway. So, I mean, like, if there's space and no one's using it, you might as well put your backpack. And that's what everyone else also thinks. We got onto the flight, no delays. That at least was pretty good. And we put the suitcase up top. We all had seats separate from each other. So Tata was 2 rows ahead from us, and then me and Mama were separated by an aisle. And we're going into our seats, and then there is a Jewish guy that goes and has the window seat next to Mama. So they have a space in between. And he's like, oh, I can't sit here because I can't sit next to women. And he's like, oh, can you move? And Mama's like, I'm not switching my seat. No, I paid for this seat. I'm not switching it. And then he goes and he's like, oh, cause he saw that Mama was talking to Tata and was like, oh, can you get him to switch, like, his seat? And he was like, no, I don't really want to switch my seat either. Because, I mean, like, we had all of our stuff situated. Then it would just be more of a hassle moving all of our stuff back and whatever. And also, like, we tried to switch our seat before the flight went off. Like, before we got into the plane so that we could get seats next to each other, and it didn't work. And also, Mama just kind of wanted to sit next to me, because also then if I wanted something from her, I'd have to go all the way up, because Tata didn't really have like snacks or whatever. Mama did. So she was like, no. The guy tried to also switch again, and he did end up managing to switch his seat next to a woman, so it didn't end up going well for him. At that point, he came back, because at least in this place, then there was an empty seat. He wasn't directly sitting next to a non-Jewish woman. There was a space in between. So he went, he put his hat there, and then he was a little grumpy for the flight. But at that point, you should buy, maybe multiple seats, maybe. I don't really know. That I feel like it could have been avoided, I guess. Maybe just get 2 more of your buddies to go on the plane, and then bam, you take up the 3-seater. Everything ended up going well on the flight. We got back home safe. And yeah, that pretty much ends out the Poland part 1 trip. There is more to come, don't worry. There's a whole nother part from now when I came back. So I'm excited to be able to share that with you guys later on too. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see you in the next one. And also thank you for 100 views, over 100 views on the last one. Very happy of that. And I also made an Instagram, so I don't know if I can link it up here or if it's going to be only in the description, but it's at Nika the Star. And yeah, maybe I could get like 1 follower. That'd be great. So anyways, that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!